G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at this mini surveillance camera that I picked up from AliExpress. Now this one's called the A9 Mini Surveillance HD camera. It is a 1080p resolution camera. It also has infrared night vision and Wi-Fi compatibility, so you can run this off the app. So anyway, this one only costs $10 Australian from AliExpress. I thought I'll try it out. You can use it as a surveillance camera, or even just use it as a normal camera if you wish to. So we'll have a quick look at this camera and see how it works. Now it says here Wi-Fi smart net camera. I guess you could use this as a webcam if you want as well. So there's a few functions for $10 with this particular camera. Video format. Now I'm not too sure if you can clearly see this on the actual film here. It looks like it's out of focus a bit, but I'll go through them quickly. It says it's got an alarm action. So it says here the alarm bell, email, mobile phone, client push. So I guess you can set it up to send text or alerts to your phone via the app. It says video format here, 1 megapixel, 1.3, 2 and 3 megapixel optional. Now this does run on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal or frequency. It doesn't run off the newer 5G dual band Wi-Fi. So that's a plus if you don't happen to have the latest, phone or tablet. You can actually use it on pretty much any device, new or old. This does have a SD card slot. It can support up to 64 gigabytes. Audio input and output, so it's got an inbuilt microphone and a built-in speaker. Infrared night vision. It says it can see up to 10 meters away here with the infrared night vision there. And we've got PTZ control via the app. So we've got pan, tilt and zoom, and it's got motion detection support. So quite a lot of features for such a cheap camera. There is a QR code on the side here. It says you can wall mount it, table mount it, or ceiling mount it. All right guys, so let's have a look at what we get for our $10 Australian. And then we'll do some quick testing via the app and see how good this camera is from AliExpress. Okay, so let's open the box. We have a USB to micro USB cord here. This is a flexible one. Okay, so I guess you can use this while you mount this to a wall or table or something. We have the charging USB to micro USB cord here to charge up the camera itself. We have the wall mount. Okay, now I believe this one does have a magnet here, so we'll clip onto the actual camera itself, and you've got a sticky pad on this side to stick it to whatever surface you wish to. We have the camera here and the instruction manual. So let's have a look at the camera. A bit like a dome CCTV camera. Okay, we've got an on and off switch there and a mode button there for the different resolution modes. We have an SD card slot just there. And there is your charging USB connector there. On the back here we have a little bit of aluminium here, so you can stick the magnet to it on the actual little bracket here. So that's pretty neat. Not a bad little camera, very lightweight of course. We'll just put that there, and we have a quick user guide here. Alright, so it tells you how to go through the app. Looks like we've got a bit of an outlay of the app here. Let me just fold this piece of paper. QR code here just for the download of the app. Okay, I can't tell what name it's called. It's called Little Stars. And it just basically shows you the outlay of the app. So yeah, just follow these instructions and should be good to go. So some extra specs about this camera, I'll just read them on my notes here. This can shoot 1080p, of course, we already mentioned that. Also 720p and 640p modes. Now the video records in 20 frames per second and it has a wide angle lens here of 150 degrees. So that's pretty good actually. That's a very wide angle. It does have motion detection that I mentioned at the start of the video. Continuous recording of up to an hour. Alright, once you've got the little TF card or SD card in there, it's not included, but it can take up to 64 gigabytes. The inbuilt battery in here is a little 380 milliamp hour 1S LiPo or lithium battery, 3.7 volt, and it's compatible on Windows and Mac. also iOS and Android mobile devices. So I'm going to charge this up, guys. To turn it on, you just press the button there. Hopefully you can see some blue flashing lights there. There is a couple of LEDs flashing there, and then you hit the mode button to the different modes. So I'll fully charge this little camera up, and then we'll do some testing with it and see how clear it is with the 1080p resolution, and see how the app works. Okay guys, so I'm in the garage and we're going to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so you can see it's connecting there. We're going to click on the app up the top here, and we should have a visual of the backyard there. Now I've just got the camera mounted to the top of the pergola. I'll put a photo up. It's just cable tied on the beam, on the end of the beam, and resolution doesn't look too bad. On the app here we got the different functions here. So we got the 1080p, click that. It says 2K there. Not too sure, I can't see any difference, but back to 1080p. Also has a speaker. Okay, so we can hear the wind outside. This one up the top here is for full screen mode, so we'll click that. As you can see, it's in landscape mode. Alright. And you can also control it from here as well. So we've got HD and full HD just there. Speaker once again. We can take a photo. So it's taking a photo. Take a couple so I can see what the resolution's like. Before I take some video, we can see here this up and down arrow. Okay, all that does, I thought it was actually to move the camera up and down, but it's not. It's just to turn it upside down, okay? Just in case you got the camera mounted upside down. And this one is just a mirror image, as you can see there. Okay, this one here is a light bulb icon. And I guess that is supposed to be like it's just a black and white image, maybe to simulate a infrared mode. I'm not too sure if this camera has infrared like it does state, because I can't see any infrared sensors on the actual on the camera itself, and there's no infrared option in here. Now I'm not too sure what this dome does, on and off. Doesn't seem like it does anything. Maybe it's used for a different camera that uses this app. So I'm going to take some video. What I'll do, I'll just start recording, and I'll throw the ball to my dog, alright, and see if she can come up on camera. Okay, let's see the live feed. What I'll do, I'll turn the audio on as well. I'll just put it in HD mode.
Okay, alright Gypsy, there you go. Come on. Alright, so you probably can hear me here bouncing the ball. Alright, I'm going to throw it to my dog. Go on, catch it! You should be able to hear the audio from the camera there, mounted on the pergola. Come on! Okay, let's throw it again. Ready? Alright.
Okay, so I'm back in the garage now. We'll end that recording. I'm recording to an SD card as well as a phone. So just stop recording there. It should be saved in the gallery of the app here. we should be able to see down here we got our album. Should be able to see some of the photos that I took. A total of 5 there. And I can download them just here with this download icon, and you'll be seeing the downloaded photos on my computer as I edit this video. Go back, it does actually show the exact date as well today. Now we had a look at the photos. I'm going to go in the video here, which is the reel. Okay, and go back to AP camera. As you can see here, we got some video files. It does show the exact date and time from today, which is good. This goes for 2 minutes, so this is probably the one that I just filmed with my dog out in the yard. Yeah, there she is there. Yep, there she is there, retrieving the ball. Okay, so should see her running after the ball. I'm going to throw it for her. There we go. She went and caught it there. And the video recorded to the app here is a little bit grainy. I'm presuming that the SD card footage is going to be in true 1080p, which I'll definitely show on the on this video. Okay, so yeah, not a bad little camera. It's taken some fairly decent CCTV style footage. So now it's time for my conclusions on this product. First, I'm going to go over some of the pros that I don't mind about this product and some of the cons that I found while using this product. And also I'm going to let you know about an interesting find by doing a quick Google search on this particular product that I bought. So let's start off with the pros. Now the first positive thing I could say about this camera is that it is dirt cheap. So the price of only $10 Australian. In US dollars, it's going to be around $7 odd, I'd say. It's dirt cheap for what it is. I mean, it's got Wi-Fi compatibility, and you can use this as a rather inexpensive budget CCTV style camera. As you can see by the video footage, even though it is not of high quality like they state, you can still make out, you know, a person. You could see me on video there. You could make out my facial features as well as my dog playing in the yard chasing the ball. So as far as the footage is concerned, even though it is not of high quality, it can be usable, especially if you're using this as a security camera out the front or backyard of your house, or even indoors, you know, if you're using it for that purpose as well. Now the second thing is that the Wi-Fi app, I believe it's called Little Stars, that does work. You know, it works rather well, but it is limited as far as the usage of this camera on that particular app. I think the main reason is that that app is used by several different devices, or it's suited to several different devices. I'm pretty sure I did use that app a couple of years ago with another Wi-Fi camera that I was using. So yeah, that's why some of the features did not work with this A9 camera. As far as audio, I think the audio was fairly decent, you know. Don't forget, the audio that you were hearing was coming from my phone, so it all depends on the speaker quality of the phone, okay, how clear and crisp it's going to be. But overall, I think the audio was rather clear. You could hear me talking, and it was rather loud. So yeah, the microphone on this camera did work rather well for what it is anyway. Also, the last thing I'd say is that this is pretty lightweight and it's very portable. You know, it's a tiny little camera. You can hide it anywhere if you wish to use it for those sort of purposes. Yeah, it's very easy to mount with that magnetic stand that it comes with as well, the magnetic bracket. I like that idea as well. You just click it on. There's no real fixtures to worry about. I'll go on to the negative things now, the things that I was a little bit disappointed in. Now, the first con I'm going to say is that this camera does not shoot in 1080p HD, nor does it have different modes like I mentioned at the start of the video, which is clearly on the box here. Now, this camera can only shoot in 640 by 480, guys, okay? Whether you're taking a photo, it's in 640 by 480 pixels, or that video footage that I showed you. It's definitely not 1080p. Now, there's another thing too that they claimed, that this has infrared functionality as well as motion detection. There was nothing of that in the app where we could choose any of those features for a start. And obviously there is no infrared sensors on the front here, so it doesn't have infrared, so that's a false claim. Now, as far as webcam, I'm not too sure about that, guys. I never did try to use this as a webcam. I guess it is possible, perhaps. They do state it on the box here that it can be used as a webcam, but who knows? I'm not too sure about that. As far as alarm action alerts, which is the motion detection that I just touched on, the app didn't have any of that. It did say it could, I think, SMS or email you. There's clearly no features of that with this A9 camera. And also no pan tilt zoom option, which they do once again state on the box here. The second last line here, it says PTZ control, horizontal 355 degrees and vertical 100 degrees. Yeah, this does not have any pan tilt or zoom. Also, this does not have a wide angle lens, which they actually stated as well. This is a very narrow field of view. Now, I'd say the most disappointing thing about this camera that I found was the micro SD card DVR. Now, during the filming of this video, that footage that you were seeing there, at all times I did have a SD card in here. It was a 32 gigabyte. It was formatted, so it did have no files on it whatsoever. So yeah, it did lock in there fine. It's got this spring-loaded locking mechanism. After I was done filming that portion of the footage, I went to the computer and put the SD card in, and there was no files at all on the SD card. I thought, gee, that's a bit odd. Now, on the app itself, I'm not too sure if you took notice, but when I finished pressing the record button on the app, there's a little prompt on the bottom of the screen. It did say saving to SD card, or something to that effect. So yeah, I did try another card. I tried a 16 gigabyte card. Okay, I took the 32 out. I put a 16 gigabyte card in there. Tested it out again off camera. Took a little bit of footage again on the lawn, and up to a couple of minutes. Hit the button on the app to stop the recording. Then I went to the computer again and took the 16 gigabyte card out. Same thing, guys, no files on the card. Now, I'm not too sure if I got a faulty DVR in this camera, or if there's a bit of deception going on with this particular camera. Whether this is just a dummy SD card slot and there's no DVR at all. Now, I did open this camera up to have a look, and you know, it does have a little LiPo and a really small little motherboard in there. So yeah, guys, I'm not too sure. Either way, I've either got a faulty DVR in this one that doesn't write files to the SD cards, or there is not a DVR in here at all, guys. Now, both SD cards that I used in this camera were those Ultra Class 10 cards, you know, from SanDisk and Verbatim, pretty well-known brands of cards. So yeah, it just didn't work, guys. All right, now, because of the cons far outweigh the pros in this review on this particular camera, mainly due to what is said on this particular box of what it can do, and obviously what this camera can't do. I was just looking quickly over this box again, and I had another look at this QR code here. Okay, now I did notice this QR code before, but just sort of dismissed it, thinking that this is just a QR code for the app. Now, I didn't scan the QR code, but this V380, that's a model number, I was thinking. So what I did, I've done a quick Google search with V380, and I typed in Wi-Fi camera. And the results on that Google search did actually come up with a camera, the V380 camera. So It also had some listings on AliExpress. So I'll put up a screenshot of that camera, and you can see for yourself that this camera, the V380, does look very similar to this A9 camera that I've got in this video. And you can also see on the face of the camera that it does have 2 infrared sensors when this A9 doesn't. So by seeing that, that actually gives me confirmation of what has gone on here with me purchasing this product from a particular vendor on AliExpress. What they've done, they've just put this A9 camera that looks similar to the V380 and put it in the V380 box. So they've obviously been very dishonest with me and anyone out there that is selling these cameras to, because all these specs are for the V380. Yeah guys, I mean, that's exactly what's happened. All my cons about this camera that I've just gone over is not actually the camera's fault. The A9 camera is just not made with all them features. It's the actual vendor selling the A9 camera in the V380 box. So yeah, just buyer beware. You know, it is what it is. I just had to bring that up at the end of this video because that is exactly what is going on here. So anyway guys, I'm definitely not going to put a link to the vendor that I bought this camera from because they're dishonest and they don't deserve any business. What I might do is, if you are interested in this camera, I will look for a correct link for this one at the best price. I mean, for the price, it's only 10 bucks. It did, I guess, what it's supposed to do and what this one is actually made to do. So for that fact, you know, all the specs were totally wrong. So we can disregard all the specs at 1080p, the wide angle and all that sort of stuff. Infrared, it just doesn't mean nothing because that is the wrong box. It's not even the proper packaging for this A9 camera. So anyway, guys, that is the review on the A9. Hope you enjoyed this video and actually got some information out of it. So anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. If you stuck it out right to the end and watched the whole video, you're awesome. Big thumbs up to you. And yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be making some more videos in the near future. Just sort of kicking off this channel and seeing how it goes, having a bit of fun with it. What I might do is actually buy the actual V380. How about that? I might actually buy the one that does have the infrared and all these features. What I'll do, I actually put a link to the V380 that I showed you a screenshot of in the description. So anyway, that's what I might do actually. I might buy the V380. It's pretty affordable. I think it's around closer to 20 bucks. And I might try that one out, all right? So stay tuned for that if you wish to. By all means, feel free to subscribe, like, comment in the comment section. Always great to hear from you. And I'll catch you on the next video.